An error occurred.
Well, we are live now.
It says live.
Yeah, but it says we popped an error.
Let me check the stream.
Nope, we're fine.
And it's Twitter. Yeah.
That's not under my control. Twitter is having trouble.
Just figure say that's a static. That's a static link. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
I think it resolved. No, it's still no. We're not live. Yeah. All I know, Martin, is I really want to know how you feel right now.
Luis, una chingada, vámonos.
Not well.
Vete al procedimiento. A la chingada el procedimiento, cabrón, vámonos.
Calm down, Martin. Jesus.
Luis, una chingada, vámonos, cabrón. Vete al procedimiento. A la chingada el procedimiento, cabrón, vámonos.
My God, what the fuck, dude?
Today's show brought to you by Thumbnail. What's up?
I don't understand what is up with Martin today. He is so dark.
I swear, man. I don't know what we're gonna do with him.
Anyway.
This is how it is. Today on Pop Culture Minefield. This is how it is today. This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield.
And now a word from our sponsor, Gerry's Wholesale Sausage Emporium. Are retail hot dog prices making you crazy? Come on down to Gerry's for all your discount dog needs. Was this really the best we could do?
Blue Apron passed.
Okay, let's get vulnerable, Langley. Let's get sexy. First caller gets 11 feet of Gerry's signature summer sausage.
We still haven't gotten that first caller. Still waiting.
I can't wait for the moment you get bored of that clip.
Good luck.
There's no such thing as luck.
So it is Dermontag. We are here for another Monday. I hope everybody had a good weekend.
Fantastic weekend.
It was moderately okay.
Watch Zorro the Gay Blade. How can you not have a good weekend doing that?
That's an odd question, Wade. Why not sausage is the better question. So, happy Monday. I know I'm faking it. I'm faking it. So,
Well,
all right.
are you not a Monday person?
No.
Skibbity spin. Stop. Hammer time.
If you don't know that by now about Gerry, then you don't know him very well. He is not a Monday person.
I'm not a morning person, and I'm not a Monday person. I started doing the shows 5 days a week, starting like 2 years ago. I was doing 5 days a week in the morning. God, I was miserable.
Why do you do it to yourself, Gerry? Why do you do it?
I had to get past my discomfort of doing shows on my own because I was terrified of it. So I did it. I won. I win. Yay, me. Hey,
Yeah,
11
man.
Alpha. Didn't I just see you last night? For those of you who didn't know, I jumped on when Nick left Mead last night. Tom invited me on. So I was on Mead last night talking about the Nightmare on Elm Street films. We were doing our score. And it was fun. It was fun. But sadly, Nick was sick. I sent him a message on the phone. I texted him. Hope he gets to feeling better.
Yeah.
We have a show tomorrow night, and I hope he's recovered by then.
What you guys doing?
I don't know.
You don't know what it is? Okay. It's Toxic Tuesday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know so many movies I can go in there cold and start talking about films.
Yeah, not we. X, formerly known as Twitter, is still having a spaz. Nothing's working there.
Well, there's some weird shit that happened. I saw that there were attacks on some Elon-owned Tesla dealerships last night, and certain people are alleging that government NGOs were involved.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if something happened to Twitter. Look, man, I'm going to say it again. The left is dangerous. I'm not talking about liberals. I'm talking about leftists. You know what I mean?
When they don't get their way, they get dangerous.
Yep. They're worse than a 2-year-old with a hammer.
Oof.
But anyway, who's all here? I see Penny's here, Read by Nature. I see my buddy 11 Alpha's there. I see Wade is here, of course. He was first in the house today.
Yes, he was.
Don't mind me. I'm going to wipe my screen down because sunlight's hitting it right now, and I can see every spittle.
Right? Every little demarcation. Every piece of dust, I can see it.
Yeah, the dust isn't too bad. It's the little spittles that I can see that's driving me crazy.
Yeah, man. Daylight savings is for the birds.
Well, I'm assuming that it took place and I lost an hour of sleep, so I got less sleep last night than I even realized.
Yeah, it's always.
And you didn't get a lot of sleep to begin with, so now you have even 1 hour less.
2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning, it goes to 3 o'clock. That's the exact time it happens.
Well, I think I took a little bit of my anxiety away, Danny, when I called and put off my appointment till next week because I was stressing out over that.
I'm glad you postponed.
I need a nap before the grandkids get here. Oh, Penny, I understand. Because like this afternoon at around 2 o'clock, I'm going to lie down so I can have the energy to do a show with Don. And it's going to be an interesting show tonight with Don too, because we're going to be going into the medical examiner's report on Gene Hackman's and his wife's demise and that poor dog. But it's all starting to make sense.
Yeah, it is.
It's heartbreaking to think that he lived on for a couple of days after she passed.
It is.
It was like 3 days.
Checking on those guys. Nobody was checking on
4
them.
days.
I mean,
I read 4 days. But
yeah, it was 3 to 4 days. It's right in that window. But either way it goes, that's why both of them started the mummification process.
Mm-hmm.
It's not essential. Arid is essential for mummification.
Andy Morrow, mine didn't. Everybody else's did.
Yeah.
No, mine
The
didn't
states
either.
did. The states
We're
did.
not doing daylight savings in Mexico from like 2 years now.
We need to be done with it. It's got to go.
Yeah, it does.
Trump is promising to get rid of it. And it's just not essential. This was started because of farming and people living in rural areas working on farms.
Without artificial light.
Doesn't happen anymore without artificial light. So it's just ridiculous. Yes, my clock did change. Last night when I went to bed, it was a clock. This morning I woke up. It was a cake, and I ate it.
I had to change the Foreigner clock that I got for
Oh my god! So
my man
it's
Christian DeLorme.
let me guess, it's correct twice a day at 4:00. 4
Exactly.
4.
404, baby. You know.
I had
That was
one
it.
of
That was
those
their best album.
about Star Wars.
Huh?
I have one of those cloaks made out of an acetate, a vinyl, but it's Star Wars theme. It's a Death Star with 3 or 4 scenes about. Someday I'll take a picture of it.
All right. So I hope you're getting in a better mood.
Luis, una chingada, vámonos, cabrón.
You know him. He hates
A la
being
chingada el
behind.
procedimiento, cabrón,
He'd be all right.
vámonos.
People, Martin is just so vulgar. You know what that's from, Martin?
That's what Mephisto was telling us in our
Attack?
chat. That
It's from Get Me to the Gringo.
Get the Gringo.
Oh.
Yeah. We watched that.
Get
last
the
night.
Gringo.
And he made me stop and
By the
take a
way,
time
I
we could
I
make
saw
this cute for
the
you, Martin.
Yeah, you guys are talking over each other, so
Yeah,
don't
I
know what
saw.
either of you said.
Zax is here.
Hi, Zax.
Oh, wait.
He was running from something, sir. And then he crashed into a DUI checkpoint, committed 10 felonies, and not to mention FUing a room full of cops.
You FU me all the time.
Fuck you, Kyle!
Where is that one? Oh,
Happy Monday to you,
Well-
buddy.
yesterday I saw the new Mexican movie in Netflix, Counter Attack. It's not bad. The one that you showed me the.
Oh, counterattack. Yeah, okay. It sounded like you said contra-attack. And I'm like, what's contra-attack?
Well,
Oh, counterattack.
it may be possible. I haven't had my coffee. What? Inspector Clouseau? What the fuck?
Well, apparently on with what? Martin changed into Inspector Clouseau.
I'm gonna need some clarification on that.
That's when he says merde. So I don't have my tea near me. I just realized that. It's like, oh my god, I need my caffeine.
All right.
I got me some green tea. It's peach pomegranate green tea, and it's very, very yummy.
Kick ass. You guys should all take a breath and get your stuff together. Gary, get your tea. Martin, get your coffee. Let's get it together.
What the?
I got my coffee.
Oh, Brandon's here. What's up, buddy?
Oh yeah, he's.
Of course, when you produce a show on Sunday, you're kind of a day ahead of everybody.
Yeah, we don't do a Sunday show anymore. The wrestling show was the last thing we did.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
I'll be back, guys.
Had a lot of fun with that too.
Last night was fun, and Tom said they're going to be doing Friday the 13th next, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope I'm able to get in there because it gets to be a full show.
Yeah.
But that's one of my favorite franchises. And what's funny is I did not start watching the Friday the 13th movies until the third film came out in 3D. And I went to see it. And I enjoyed the crap out of it. I hated the 3D, but I enjoyed the crap out of the movie.
Oh, the 3D one was hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, with the
Eyeballs
pitchfork coming
popping
right
out.
at you, eyeball flying right at you. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. 3D that year was crazy because Jaws 3D came out.
Right.
Jaws 3 in 3D.
They went nuts with those third movies in the franchises being 3D. They really did.
Yeah, they threw not Randy, but Dennis Quaid at us in 3D, and Simon McCorkindale got killed in 3D. So
when it comes to
the worst effect in that film was when the shark goes through the window.
Yeah.
to the
It was
underwater lab. It was
Yeah.
just so bad.
It was coming at you so slow. And no depth
Dun,
perception whatsoever. You couldn't tell the
dun,
nose was near the glass.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
And then
dun, dun,
boom,
dun, dun,
shatter.
dun, da-da-da, dun, 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 dun. There you go.
It shattered
That
and no
was-
water came through initially. It was just shattering glass.
It's just shattering glass and a shark coming through, and then I'm like, that was really unfucking believable.
Wait.
You loved it so much, it's unbelievable. No,
It's
it was
3D.
so fucking fake.
Wait. Dennis Quaid didn't die on that movie.
I didn't say he did.
Oh, I thought you said
You
that.
misheard me. Yeah,
No.
I said Simon McCorkindale. I said the fun part of that movie is when they threw Dennis Quaid at us in 3D, which they did. It was a joke.
Yeah.
And then I said, and then they killed Simon McCorkindale in 3D. I've seen even fewer Friday the 13th films than Nightmare on Elm Street. I've seen all of them now. And I even saw the reboot, which I thought was pretty good.
I've only seen the first one.
I didn't see the first one until after the third one because I wasn't interested in slasher films as a kid.
Yeah.
But then I saw the 3D one and I was like, well, it's actually pretty good. I went back and I watched the first film and then the second film and I went, oh, now it all makes sense. What?
Yeah.
It's like,
Imagine that.
Me and a
the
buddy
kid
of
was
mine.
dead. Jason was dead in the first film.
Yeah.
Dead. He was a
That's the
kid.
greatest trivia question in the world. Who's the killer in the first Friday the 13th? People always say Jason Voorhees. I'm like, no, it was his mother.
It was his mom. She's a psychotic bitch. Vindictive fucking psychotic bitch.
We had a sleepover, me and a buddy of mine, and we saw that it was on HBO when I was a kid, and said, "Well, let's watch this," because we were sleeping in the living room, you know, where the TV was, so we could stay up late watching TV, and we watched it and laughed our asses off. My God, we'd heard it was so scary, but my gosh, how funny!
Oh,
that
there's
movie
nothing scary in those films. Seriously, they're not scary.
No, they're not.
So, but you know, I did thoroughly enjoy watching the films. You know,
Yeah.
it's not something I'm ever going to get Anima to watch with me, ever. 'Cause it's just not her kind of film. Slasher
You
film.
are making it sound like I'm refusing to watch stuff with you. There's just certain things that I don't want to watch.
Well, you do. Hey, honey, after the show today, why don't we watch Friday the 13th?
I don't know anything about this, so I don't know.
Slasher film.
My wife wouldn't watch it, Anima. Trust me. You know what? She'll watch The Walking Dead. She'll watch Hannibal Lecter eat somebody's brain, but she won't watch Freddy, Jason, or Michael Myers.
I don't have a problem with gore, and you guys should know this by now. Actually, the ending of this movie, I enjoyed. That was so satisfying.
Dude, the third act,
Dude,
this movie is a
over the
slasher
top
film.
gore in this.
It is.
Oh,
The cartel are the summer camp. You know, what do you call them?
Teenagers.
Fodder?
Kids watching the summer camp. The counselors. The cartel are the summer camp counselors, and Rambo is Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees, baby. Yeah. Oh,
So
there's
in
one
February,
shot, Gerry. There's one shot, and it's CGI, but they show it. They use it properly. I mean, you barely see it, but there's, you know, he set a bunch of traps. There's one part where a guy steps on something, and they show it profile shot, the side of his face, where this thing with, I think it's got 2 meat cleavers on it, hit him in the face right below his mouth and above his mouth. And you can see that it's carved a wedge all the way halfway into his head before the shot ends. And I'm like, oh my God.
yeah, it's fucking violent, dude.
Yeah, it is.
So development and writing. So in February of 2008, Stallone revealed that he was going to be making a 5th film would depend on the success of the 4th, stating he was gearing one up and that it would be quite different. Then in March of 2008, Stallone revealed he was halfway through writing Rambo 5. stating that it would not be another war movie. With Bulgaria being considered to double as Rambo's home in Arizona. Then in 2009, Stallone revealed that he was proceeding with the film, but stated, quote, the conflict is whether to do it in America or in the foreign country in Bulgaria. Then in August of 2009, Millennium Films greenlit the film with Stallone writing, directing, and starring. At that time, the plot focused on Rambo battling human traffickers and drug lords to rescue a young girl abducted near the U.S.-Mexico border. In September of 2009, Stallone revealed that the film was tentatively titled Rambo 5: The Savage Hunt and would instead be loosely based on the novel Hunter by James Byron Huggins. So the plot was reconceptualized to focus on Rambo leading an elite special forces team to hunt and kill a genetically engineered creature. New Image Millennium Films released the concept art poster and official synopsis, The Savage Hunt, by November 2009. However, the plot had reverted to the story written by Stallone involving Rambo crossing the Mexican border again to try to kidnap a kidnapped girl. In May 2010, Stallone revealed he was done with the character, stating, I think Rambo's pretty well done. I don't think there will be any more. I'm about 99% sure I was going to do it, but I feel that the Rocky Balboa, that character came to a complete circle. He went home, but for Rambo to go on another adventure might be, I think, misinterpreted as a mercenary gesture and not necessary. I don't want that to happen. At the 2010 Cannes Film Festival, Millennium Films and New Image advertised the film, now titled Rambo 5, and with handout poster cards. Despite this, Stallone stated that he wasn't involved with the created poster and that the studio had told him that if he doesn't make the film, they'll find someone else to complete it. I think he is getting sick of dealing with Millennium Films.
Yeah.
Is really what it sounds like. He stated he wanted the franchise to come to an end and expressed being comfortable with the idea. Then in 2011, Sean Hood was hired to write a new script titled Rambo Last Stand, which he described as, quote, more in line with the small town thriller of First Blood, end quote. Then in 2012, Hood revealed that Rambo 5 had been put on hold in order for Stallone to finish The Expendables 2, which was the last good Expendables. Hood also revealed his uncertainty on whether the film would be similar to Unforgiven, sort of a, quote, passing of the torch, end quote. But in August 2013, it was announced that Entertainment One and New Image, God, New Image, man. I think New Image is what he's got a problem with, them and Millennium Films, would develop and produce Rambo TV series with Stallone. In June 2014, a German film company, Splendid Films, confirmed that Stallone had started writing the script for Rambo 5, which he described as similar to No Country for Old Men. In September 2014, the film was officially titled Rambo: Last Blood. I wonder who came up with that title. And he was still set as the star and director. Then in 2015, Stallone and Rambo creator author David Morrell rewrote the story of Rambo 5. Stallone wanted a soulful journey for the character that the author described as a really emotional, powerful story. Stallone pitched the idea to the producers, but they wanted to proceed with the human trafficking story instead, leaving Stallone and Morrell's script abandoned. In October of 2015, Stallone expressed interest in a prequel project, stating, it's intriguing to find the whys and wherefores of how people have become what they are. The traumas, the loss, the tragedy of being in Vietnam would certainly be a great challenge for a young actor. And it would be ironic that Rambo director directs younger Rambo, having played it for 20 years plus, end quote. So by January of 2016, Stallone stated that Rambo 5 would not enter production. Then in May 2018, they went into pre-production. The film was re-announced to be in development initially as Rambo 5, with principal photography scheduled for September. The plot was confirmed to focus on Rambo combating Mexican drug cartel following their abduction of one of his family members. Stallone announced the release date for the film, which he would also be co-writing with Matthew, I don't know this guy's name, Kurlielnik. At the time, he expressed uncertainty in additionally serving as director. But in August of 2018, Adrian Grunberg was announced as the director. And then in September of 18, Adriana Barraza was added to the cast. And then October of that year, Paz Vega, Yvette Monreal, and Sergio Peris-Mencheta. And Oscar Haneda, is that it, Martin? Haneda? And
What?
Joaquin Cosio. Oscar Haneda. Does that name sound right?
Let me go to IMDb.
He portrayed Cameron de la Isla in Cameron when Flamenco became a legend movie. So anyway, and then Joaquin Cosio. They were all cast. And then in May of 2019, Luis Mandylor, Sheila Shaw, Dimitri Vegas, and Jeannie Kim, aka Yena Han, were revealed to have been cast without prior announcement. Principal photography began on October 2nd of 18 in Bulgaria. So finally, it was decided in Bulgaria. It was previously scheduled to begin in September 1st of 18, and before that on October 27th of 14 in Shreveport, Louisiana. Barraza filmed her scenes in the Canary Islands. Principal photography was completed in 2018. Additional photography took place at the end of May of 2019. Brian Tyler, who composed for Stallone on Rambo and the Expendables trilogy, returned to score Rambo: Last Blood. Tyler shared his scoring process with Dread Central. Quote, Rambo: Last Blood is a very emotional story, and the music needed to reflect the tone that the director Adrian Grunberg set so beautifully. I wrote a series of heartfelt, passionate themes that echo Rambo's yearning for family, justice, requital, and compassion. These ideas created a tonal tension that was both challenging and rewarding as a composer. Lush strings, massive brass, thunderous percussion, delicate piano, and harrowing trumpet duets echoed the themes of loss, regret, hope, and vengeance. It has been an incredible ride composing for timeless character like this. There you go. I will tell you that the film did fairly well. With a budget of $50 million at the box office, it earned $91.5 million. I would say it was like a massive hit, but it made its money.
Yeah.
I would say technically, if it had been any other studio, it probably would have been a loss.
Right.
Because, you know, it's usually the budget times two. She's the typical teenager that doesn't want to listen to anybody.
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame. Yep.
She pays for it.
The ultimate price.
Yep.
All that could have been avoided if they were more like, please come with me, take me to that place, and okay, I will protect you from the narcos.
It could have been avoided if she had better friends. Her own friends sold her out.
Yeah, that's true. No doubt.
Well,
you hear this all the time. Girls going out with friends, and then the friends abandon them. And then that girl disappears.
That's
no. She didn't abandon her. She
didn't.
sold her.
She set her up. Remember, she had her bracelet
sold
on.
her.
Yeah. She made sure she got that bracelet off of her.
I'm talking about reality.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about, you hear this all the time, where girls go out together and then friends like leave her. Oh, she'll be okay. I was
That's a
so
big
worried about
no-no.
that with Zoe growing up because, you know, I know that I raised her well enough to be that voice of reason for her friends.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't do that. She was the girl that would do that. Probably should not to do that.
I got extremely lucky with my daughters because we had them over here for stuff. You know what I mean? And so
Well, if you,
we were the house friends got together at. So, you know, kind of like Rambo tried to make that happen for her, right?
Yeah.
He said, "Don't come on over here and check out the tunnels," right? I mean, that's
Now,
you know.
to me, that this was a hard watch, man. I have 4 daughters, and I live in freaking Mexico.
Yeah.
So that's a constant fear in the back of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It took a long time to get the film made. If you listen to my breakdown of what happened, and I do believe it was Millennium and New Line, or who was it? No, not it's in you. I forgot the name of the company.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to help me, so I'll have to go back and look it up.
I don't know why I'm having problems being awake.
Because he tried to. This was not the film that he wanted to make. This is the film that the studio forced him to make, and that's why he wanted out. He wanted it to be over.
But believe me, this is better than making Rambo hunt the predator.
Right?
Yeah, because that really was one of the fucking ideas the studio was pushing on him. And he wanted something that was going to be more like No Country for Old Men, that has this, you know, emotional thing. And, you know, this is what we ended up with. He was mostly happy with it. But in the end, he just wanted to be done. And what's ironic is there was 2 endings to the film. And theatrical version ends like Shane, where it looks like he dies at the end in the chair.
Yeah.
And then there is the happy ending, which was tacked on to the video release, where it shows him with the outro narration in that chair bleeding, having survived, and it's going to go on to survive. It says it in the narration.
I still believe he bled out on that chair.
I think that was what he wanted. He wanted him to die.
It's open to interpretation, right, guys? I mean, you know.
No, in the version I just described to you, he's alive.
Yeah,
because he's going to live on.
Well, I'm talking about the one we got.
The theatrical version is different than the Blu-ray release.
I haven't seen the theatrical, just the Blu-ray.
I saw it on Netflix, so whichever one they had, it had him in a chair, and that all they showed was the sunlight behind him. You didn't see whether he was breathing or not, you know. So.
Oh, that's the theatrical then, because
definitely
in the other one,
theatrical, he was dead. He was dead. And I think he wanted it that way because he wanted to end it. He just wanted to be done with it. And they're still kind of pushing. And his thing is, I don't want to have him as a merc, because that's what the Expendables is about.
Right.
Rambo is a different story. It's about a man's journey. And he thinks it would cheapen it. They should have made the film that he and the author wrote, David Morrell, because they wrote a script that got rejected by the studio and shut down for another few years. Hey, Bill.
I mean,
Last Blood was not the worst of the franchise.
No. The worst is the third one. Ooh.
The third one's really bad.
Third one.
I'm not a fan of the second one either. You'll notice we're not doing the second or third film. because I don't like either of those films.
Yeah, well, they're cartoonish. They're over
They
the
are.
top.
It's just
Yeah.
over the top with the muscles and oil, and just holding a fucking M60, firing one-handed. I'm like, yeah, come on, wrapping it the belt over his arm and firing with the right hand.
Yeah.
I remember in the Army they taught us this is what happens when you do that, and the bullets are just going everywhere.
Right.
You see the tracers just, and he goes, nothing hit that half track, because we had like some sort of APC down the about 100 yards down.
Yeah.
And not one round hit it.
That's
why
what
you mount your M60 on the ground or on something else.
I was going to say, it's a crew-served weapon, okay? And the only way to run it by yourself is mounted on something with a tray to hold the friggin', or whatever you want to call it. A lot of people call it a nutsack, whatever, to hold the bullets on the side. You've got to... a lot of times, the way you're trained is you're laying down prone, and you've got a guy feeding it next to you. So
I do love the saw, because it's the nutsack actually is under it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's made of cloth, so it really looks like a nutsack.
Yeah, it does. But if you've ever seen like Rat Patrol, we did mount them on the back of Jeeps like that, above the windshield where you could fire at things while the vehicle is moving. That's the only time
He
I've
will
ever
not
seen use it one
continue
at a time.
the Rocky movies, because he is in a moral war with Irwin Winkler, who stole the film from him. And it's wrong what he did. All he asked was that, he give a percentage of that to his kids when he dies. And Irwin Winkler wouldn't do it. He's a horrible human being for doing that. Not that the Stallones aren't already rich. It's just, man, he fucking created that character.
Yes. Yes.
Morning, Mike.
He wrote the original screenplay for Rocky, didn't he? I believe.
Yes, on his own. Could it have been more in the style of First Blood? That was one of the ideas they had, was to take it back to a small town. But that didn't happen. And then he and Morrell had this great emotional, spiritual journey for him to go through. And Morrell, of course, being the author of the original book, First Blood. And but that one got quashed. It took years. They started production work on this while they were still working on the 08 film. And when the 08 film was a hit, they really ramped up it. And what's really funny is in 2014, it was announced that the final film would be Rambo Last Blood. And then it went through a bunch of title changes to eventually come back to that one. And what's funny is he had talked about rescuing a kidnapped girl from Mexico all the way back in the early 20-teens. And it would go through this crazy fucking predator, like alien thing. Like, seriously, it was going to be Rambo versus a fucking predator movie.
Come on.
And it was like, I'm glad Stallone didn't want to do that. And of course, he got threatened multiple times. My God, New Image and Millennium just fucked with him so bad that he just wanted this to be over. And whatever they wanted to do, he was ready to do. So they took one of his ideas, brought in another screenwriter, and brought in another director, because honestly, he just didn't want to direct this.
I feel like he didn't phone it in on this, though. I think he did a good job with it. Of course, he said,
look, it's enjoyable. I like the film. I like the film. I prefer the theatrical ending when it's obvious he's dead. That, his goal is to go down there and save her, and she ends up fucking dying from an overdose. He didn't have any Narcan.
Man. Yeah.
That wouldn't have saved her anyway, because I assume he was far from the next hospital.
Narcan,
I don't know.
it's pretty effective. Let me tell you. We keep it at the
Short time,
place I
short
work
time.
at.
Yeah, it's not a fix. It just
Yeah.
buys you
At
time.
least her last minutes were better and with somebody who really loves her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah,
tried
rather
that.
than dying in some dingy room
Yeah.
being hammered by a bunch of dudes she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She was dying when he found her, but at least she dies with him in the car.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like an off the rails version of Taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And the lesson learned by this movie is when you have a chance to kill John Rambo, kill him.
Yes.
Right?
Don't let him keep breathing, or you may not be breathing yourself. Yeah.
Don't try to teach him a lesson.
Right. Don't be teaching the old dog new tricks. He don't learn new tricks. He's very good at his old ones. So,
Very good. Yeah.
Oh,
He's a monster
you leaving,
if he
Wade?
has to.
Well, have a great day, man. Good to see you.
Take care, Wade.
Bye, Wade.
Oh yes. They tried. They really wanted that.
Wow.
So I'll tell you about the marketing of this film. In May of 18, Millennium Films brought the project to cons to generate interest in sales. Stallone verified that he would share images and videos from the film set on his Instagram as the film approached its release. In February of 19, Stallone revealed images on his Instagram of Rambo's adopted family, combat history, and the character Gabriella's intentions to travel to Mexico to find her father. In 19, Stallone revealed via his Instagram an image of Rambo covered in blood and aiming his signature bow. Then in May of 2019, it was revealed that Stallone will present exclusive images at cons to coincide with the special first look screening of the film at the event. Let's see. The first trailer was revealed at cons in May 24th of 2019. The teaser trailer was released on May 30th of 19 and drew comparisons to Logan and Unforgiven. A remix version of the song Old Town Road was used for the teaser. In August 1st of 2019, Stallone revealed that the theatrical release poster on his Instagram. And then on August 20th of 19, Stallone released the second trailer on his Instagram. And then on September 4th of 19, Alamo Drafthouse Cinema announced it would host a marathon of all 5 Rambo films to commemorate the release of Rambo Last Blood. Deadline Hollywood reported that P&A costs were under $30 million. So that's not bad. So they technically broke even theatrically.
Yeah.
So theatrical release, Rambo Last Blood was released theatrically in the United States on September 20th of 2019. Dottie purchased the Chinese distribution rights and agreed to an 8-figure co-financial deal. So they're making money right there. On July 30th, 2019, the MPAA assigned the film an R rating. The British Board of Film Classification classified the film as 18, same thing as an R. The film was released theatrically in Japan on June 26th of 2020 by Gaga Corporation. And the international version, Lionsgate released 2 different theatrical cuts of Rambo Last Blood, varying by country. In the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada, the film runs 89 minutes. In Australia, Mexico, Sweden, Brazil, Finland, Germany, and Japan, it runs 101 minutes. The latter version contains several deleted scenes and an alternate opening, which runs approximately 10 minutes. It starts in a rainstorm in the middle of a rescue. 3 missing hikers in danger of getting caught in a flood. The police say they have to stop the search as it is getting too dangerous and ask where the volunteer on horseback is. We are then introduced to Rambo in the woods tracking the hikers. He finds a girl dead, then further down finds the 2 others. He's trying to get them out, but one guy won't leave without his wife. Rambo tells him she's dead, but he runs off. The flood water starts running down, and Rambo ties himself and the girl to a rock while the initial rush of the water cascades over them. He then returns to the base with the girl and sees the guy who ran off getting his body bag loaded into the ambulance, which triggers his PTSD. The girl thanks him, and Rambo returns home and has a conversation with the old lady living in his house about when he returned and how his father used to sit in the rocking chair outside, which is, by the way, when he arrives there at the end of the 08 film, he's going there to make amends with his dad. And so by this film, both his mother and father have passed, and now he runs the ranch.
Now, I stopped here because I like how they manage this scene. When her father is been trying to portray that it's an okay guy, he has that lighting, but when then he step out of the house and darkness before him, and he shows his true face, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Also, I want to point out that in that 101-minute version, when he has those PTSD flashbacks in the tunnels, it's intercut with scenes of the dead hiker. So that's a different cut. I haven't seen that cut. After the alternate opening, the film cuts to Rambo on his ranch as it begins in select North American countries and the UK. So there you go. So you have multiple cuts of this film. I think in the end, I still prefer the theatrical cut. He avenged the girl's death on the people who caused it.
Right, Martin, that was pretty cool stuff, though. Yeah. Because her dad was a piece of garbage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And boy, I Stallone learned a lesson. He told Dolph to really hit him when they were filming this one shot.
Whoops.
Fucking tore an aorta, almost killed him. Hit him so fucking hard. It's like he felt funny later, and then they rushed into a fucking hospital for open heart surgery. Yeah, I knew what you meant, man. Autocorrect is a pain in the ass, I know.
No.
Billy, oh my God, no. No.
He's the lost brother.
I like you too. You got any potted meat? No. Down with that. And I love Billy Bob. Man. I've been following him since 1992. I started following that guy's career.
Landman is one of the best shows on TV right now. It is awesome.
In fact, Bill Paxton was already a favorite actor of mine and my dad's. And then Billy Bob made a movie with Bill Paxton, which we're going to do. We're going to do it. And I really do like that film.
He's one of the best things about Armageddon. That's for sure. He's awesome.
Billy Bob? Yeah,
yeah. When you're done with your Wile E. Coyote maneuver. Yeah, he's funny in that flick, man. Oh.
Yeah, there's so many funny people in that movie because you also got what's his name?
Steve Buscemi.
Space Madness. Yeah, Buscemi gets Space Madness.
Yes. Come on,
really, guys? I'm okay now.
Perfect spot.
I'm okay now, guys. Not gonna hurt anybody. Can you take me out of the straitjacket?
Oh.
I love this ranch.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I wonder if he actually has done some horse riding. I wonder if he owns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, are you kidding me?
Mhm.
That's what his dad did. He grew up on horses.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
watch
asking.
his documentary, man, on Netflix. Stallone's life, man. Much better than Arnold's. It's a better documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold, third episode of his docu-series was just politics, pure fucking politics.
Yeah,
And I
it
fucking
started
hated
great
that
and
third
then it went
episode.
to shit.
Yeah, the first
no.
two episodes, fantastic. The
Yeah.
third one, he went all crazy with the fuck your rights, you know. Yeah, that's not going to age well.
No. The only documentary about Arnold I've seen is the one he shot when he was young.
Pumping
whatever the
Iron.
hell-
Oh, Pumping Iron is great.
Yeah.
But you
Mhm.
also see what an asshole he is. And
Yes.
you
That
saw an
breakfast
honest
scene with
version
him.
of him.
Yeah, that breakfast scene with him and Lou Ferrigno's dad, and he's just
Yeah.
sitting there fucking
His
with
dad's
Ferrigno
just
the whole time.
just drooling over Arnold.
Yeah.
And it was so offensive. Even as a kid, I watched that and I asked my dad, what's wrong with his dad doing that?
Right. Why isn't
You
he
wouldn't
sticking
do
out
that
more?
to me,
Because he's
Dad.
obviously fucking with him, you know? Oh, man.
I'm worried that Taylor Sheridan's he fucked up Yellowstone final season. Just fucked it up. It's embarrassing what he did. And it showed how his ego and arrogance
I was going to say, that was
brought
an
him
ego trip.
down with that
Yeah.
show. And I mean, critics panned the shit out of the final season. And it's his fucking ego that caused the problems between him and because you know he's acting like Costner did something wrong, and he goes, "No, he told Sheridan his filming schedule contracts were in with companies that he couldn't back out of."
Mhm.
And Sheridan made it look like it was all fucking Costner. Fuck off, you prick. I love his writing, man. There's no question about it. But goddamn, man, between the final season of Yellowstone and Lioness, he went down quite a few pegs with me. Still, fucking 1923, season 2.
It's good so
Good
far.
so far.
Yeah,
Very
it is.
good. First season,
love that
amazing.
show.
Mhm.
I also loved what was the other thing he did we watched, Anima, that was really good?
1883 was good. The miniseries.
No, it's something else.
No, we didn't watch that one. I still haven't seen that one.
Oh my gosh.
Shit, what did we watched too many things. I can't keep track.
There's no such thing as too many things.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Are you talking about the Mayor of Kingstown, maybe?
Mayor of Kingstown was really good season 1. Season 2, I kind of was like, are you going anywhere with this?
Yeah, I haven't
And-
seen it yet. I mean, I've only seen a
And
couple
then
of
season
episodes of
3,
it.
it's like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to watch the show anymore. It's just, and I felt bad because, you know, what happened to the kid that starred in it. Because, wow, man, he almost died, dude.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know-
Jeremy Renner. Yeah. Mhm.
He's got so much
Landman.
fucking metal. Landman is really
Landman,
fucking
that's the
good.
one.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
It's
not
really
caught
good.
up
Holy
on that.
shit. Sheridan nailed it again.
Well, this
Good
is the
show.
thing, Gary. You guys need to sit down. It's only 8 episodes, but the miniseries 1883. Billy Bob.
I've seen
plays-
it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought I heard
I've
him
seen
say
it.
they hadn't seen it yet.
Nobody
I'm
cares
the
what
one that
anime
hasn't
hasn't
seen it.
seen. I'm the
Oh,
one that
okay.
matters.
Shut up.
Well,
Okay, isn't
you know,
Charles
they have
King
that
also
scene.
Sheridan's show?
They have that scene where Billy Bob's the sheriff, and he chews up the scenery in it, and that's where they met. And he wrote Landman just for Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, so
Yeah, and it's a fucking great show.
Yeah, it
That
is.
opening scene with that bag over his head.
Yes, the cartel guy. Yeah,
Yeah. And the one cartel guy fucking punches him with the bag over his head.
yeah.
And then when they cut the other cartel guys come in here, they fucking kill the other cartel guy that punched him. I'm like,
Yeah.
guess you shouldn't hit him.
I like where that side of the story's going. I really do, man. It's that show's really.
I
good.
just like to forget that, Bill. I just yeah, it was bad. But I am a fan of Taylor Sheridan, but man, he really got to the point where he didn't think his stink didn't shit. And season 6 of Yellowstone proves what I'm talking about. And Lioness, whatever his involvement is, because I also heard that he directed that first episode. That's a terrible episode. Yeah, I need to go back and look at it because I think he directed it. I know he wrote it. It says he wrote it. And I'm like, he may have written it, but man, somebody didn't hire a fucking military advisor. And of course, the special forces guys that have the show where they watch TV shows and movies, Green Beret and a Delta Force guy watch it, and they're like, "This is dumb." You know, you see some guy about 50 yards off fucking around in the trench. Wonder what he's doing. No, you smoke him. No, I wonder what he's doing. No, you fucking smoke him. Smoke him. Stop fucking around.
I heard Lioness is the worst thing he's done so far. So
it's terrible.
I haven't seen anything.
Anybody who reviewed that is either being disingenuous or is a hack fucking critic.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's unrealistic action. You've got this scrawny fucking female who's a terrible Marine gets selected to be on this special ops group because they think she's right for it. I'm like, are you fucking insane? Nobody would pick somebody like that. You look for the top of the top that keeps calm and cool under pressure. That's who you want on an op. And I think that what's worse is it's based on a true situation. And I feel that show pisses on the real women involved in that op. It's insulting to them. Because they were gutsy.
Yeah.
Putting themselves in harm's way to bring those fucking people down.
Are you saying the critics that liked it are shilling
Another good
the
show.
Sheridan verse?
I do. I believe that. Tulsa King. No, it's not. It's not Sheridan. They are because it's a girl power show.
Gotcha.
A fake girl power show.
Gotcha.
You know, some 105-pound Marine
Girl
girl
boss show.
fucking
Nice.
takes down these big guys. It's like, fuck off.
And I suppose Nicole Kidman is telling all the men to shut the hell up about it too. Yeah.
With that, I'll take it that we won't be reviewing The Cleaner.
The what?
Cleaner.
No. Yeah, I refer to that one as DEI hard.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, that's this scene. That's a.
Yeah.
Yes,
he is
jams
fucking
his
vicious
fucking
to this
thumb
guy.
in.
He
And
takes
breaks
out his collarbone.
He broke his collarbone, bro. You know how much that hurts? I've had mine broken. It is not fun. You can't even breathe. And this guy is snapping off pieces of it. Oh, God. I was like, oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, he'll talk. No doubt.
So Tulsa King is great. I fucking love Tulsa King. Unrealistic mob show.
Right.
If you don't believe me, what's his name? The mobster that has a TV show. A web series I watch. Famous Gangster. He became a born-again Christian in prison and met his wife who cleaned up his life, helped make him a better person, and does this talk show now. And I fucking love watching him. And he loves the show, but he says, no, there's nothing believable in this show except for the word mob and gangster. The bridge, look, I had a problem with the American version. The original Swedish, was it Dutch Swedish or no? It was Norwegian Swedish production, which I had Anima watch the first episode with me, and she enjoyed that. Where remember the one where they find the body on the bridge cut in half? Half of it is on the Swedish side, and the other half is on the
yes.
Norwegian side. And that was a fucking good series, the original series. And it's only the first 2 seasons were good. After that, the guy didn't want to be in it anymore, and it lost its flavor for me. Without him in the show, it just was her, and she's just fucking weird. Without him to make her human, he helped make her human because she was severe OCD, autistic. She was Asperger's. and she needed someone to counter that. And they brought in a better looking dude and some other people, and it didn't work, and I didn't like it. Good actress though, she's really good. The American version, I don't know, I just didn't feel that it lived up to the original series. There's a British version of it too. I don't think it was very good either. I think just the original series, The Bridge, is the best. And if you go back and watch it, Bill, I couldn't recommend it more highly. As far as that show goes, I openly made fun of everything wrong with that show. Season
I
1.
remember that.
The logic behind it started out so fucking good, and then they snapped and went off on a tangent that was just plus, look, man, around 1.2% of employees on rigs are female. That's 1.2 out of 100, and they're always either medical or clerical. You will never see women work the rig. They work in the offices. It's too fucking dangerous and it requires too much upper body strength. And you just don't see it. And the minute they showed women doing that kind of shit, I was like, I'm out. It's unrealistic already. It's this DEI shit that Amazon fucking pushes on everybody. And BBC and even ITV fucking, or ITC. It's ITV. Has a problem because ITC is just basically ITV's production company.
Look, there we have him, Mexican Jon Snow.
Oh yeah, it's Mexican Jon Snow. They're both Mexican Jon Snows.
No, this is not.
I was
This
sitting
is
there
not.
watching this. I was watching this, and I was like, anybody that doesn't know about the Rambo character is probably watching this going, why is he so dumb walking through the streets where they can see him? I'm sitting there going, you know what? He's on an intel gathering mission right now. He wants to see their numbers. He wants to
He
see
also
where
wants,
they're at.
yeah, he wants them to react to him.
Yep.
He wants them to react to him so he can see. It's exactly what it is. Here's a bridge I watched that you might remember. Irwin Allen's The Night the Bridge Fell Down. Dude, I hadn't seen that since I was a kid. I don't even remember. I know I saw it, but I don't remember the plot or any of it.
That one, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was the master of fucking disaster, man.
Yes, sir. Towering Inferno is still one of my top 5 favorite movies ever.
By the way, Alpha, if you've not seen the original, I'm telling you, you would enjoy it. I'm telling you. Watch that original, The Bridge. Bron is what it was called. And that was the one where they got it right.
Now, we knew that he was going to get either tortured or beat up. Knew that was coming because that's part of the Rambo character. He's always the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? He's been trained.
I've taken the worst you can give me.
Yeah.
Now I'm back.
Yes. I mean, you know, what was it that his commanding officer said in the first one? Trained to eat things that would make a billy goat puke, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Throw him in acid.
Yeah.
Is one of the darkest fucking lines in this movie.
Yep.
Not, I'm going to snap your bone. Throw him in acid is horrifying.
And that guy's absolutely correct. That's what you should have done with him. But no, the other brother has a little bit of an ego. And he wants to teach him a lesson. He feels like he's a school teacher.
In many ways, Tom, he was the P.T. Barnum of disaster and sci-fi. He could pitch, man.
Yep.
And he could fix things too, because like I've watched the original Lost in Space episode and then the re-edited pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And I love them both.
Yep.
And I did appreciate that the new series based the new series off of the original pilot and then brought in Smith and the robot in a different way.
Yeah, I never watched the TV series because after that movie that came out, I was like, it's spent.
I like the
I like
97
the movie.
film.
I did
did
too.
too.
I thought it was good, but apparently it didn't get much
This
traction.
Cold War just got hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the monkey flips the switch.
That opening
Oh
theme,
yeah, that scene.
or end theme.
Yeah.
The
And the monkey flips the switch. Too funny, man. Oh my god.
Well, that's loosely based on an actual incident. Not a very good movie. The Mothman Prophecies book is much better. No, look, let me tell you something. Robert Evans, he's actually better for a reason, because Robert Evans knew quality. He fucking knew quality filmmaking. He knew a good fucking story when he heard it. That guy brought Oscars to the studio. Paramount was legitimized by Robert Evans. Period. They can say whatever the fuck they want. Robert Evans legitimized that fucking studio, brought them Love Story. God, so many fucking films, man. Yeah, Tom, if you never heard, I'm a big fan of Robert Evans. I read the book, The Kid Stays in the Picture, and I love the animated series and the documentary.
We lost Joe.
No, I just put it in the back because it's busy.
Oh.
He's pissing?
No, busy. Oh my god. Stop bullying me.
Yeah, Marathon Man is one of my favorite thrillers. I got to tell you, my two favorite thrillers was Marathon Man and 3 Days of the Condor. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then 3 Days of the
He was
Condor with
terrible.
Robert Redford and Faye Dunaway, who's a psycho in real life, by the way. Just fucking crazy bitch. Two of the best thrillers from the 70s right there. Max von Sydow, Jesus. Him as the assassin.
You're muted, Joe.
I'm not now.
Is it safe?
It is safe. I just left my wall up so you guys can see the cool pictures.
You're not telling me something I don't know, buddy. I know that. I told you I'm a fan of fucking Robert Evans, man.
Hello.
So
here's your sign.
So this is, he meets this lady, and this kind of reminds me, like this felt like it was borrowed from Man on Fire.
Yes.
Well, she sees him and follows him. He doesn't meet her until he wakes up. He has no idea who she is.
But at least
I know you agree with me, Martin, because it really is. This movie is like Taken and Man on Fire.
Yeah,
all rolled into one.
With a little bit of Jason at the end.
Yeah, at the end, because the cartel are the camp counselors. And Rambo is Jason Voorhees.
It's not pretty for them. No.
That they filmed this overseas just kind of blows my mind. Couldn't they have found like planes like this here in the U.S. and Wyoming? I mean, there's a lot of untouched land in Wyoming. Not to mention Canada is cheap too.
Right.
There's a lot of land like that up there.
Which part of it did you say in the opening was filmed here in Shreveport?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay, I'll look it up.
Maybe the flood, the storm part.
Could be. We get plenty of rain down here.
I can say it right here. So here we go. Principal photography began on October 2nd of 18 in Bulgaria. It was previously scheduled to begin in September. And before that, in October, they shot something, or they were supposed to shoot in Shreveport, Louisiana. But Baratza filmed her scenes in the
Okay.
Canary Islands.
So they didn't shoot
So,
anything. Okay.
yeah,
gotcha.
so Bulgaria and the Canary Islands is where they shot.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. What's funny is when Katrina happened, a lot of the production of films came up here, and
Wait, so
we're on the other end of the state from New Orleans, and Costner really was the one that brought Hollywood here. He has a house on Cross Lake still to this day. He filmed Mr. Brooks here, The Guardian, several movies he filmed here. As a matter of fact,
I love Mr. Brooks, by the way. What a great film.
yes.
When I drove to work, I can't remember what year it was, but I was working at Libby Glass, and every time I drove by the stadium that's close to my house, they had a false front of the White House when they were filming Olympus Has Fallen, the first one of the Gerard Butler movies. They had actually filmed that here too. There was a lot of productions here. My wife used to be an extra in a bunch of them. So.
Wait, but they had to shoot down here in Mexico.
Hmm.
I don't see any reference of that on only Bulgaria and shit and Canaries. But they had to shoot something here.
Yeah. Was
I
the
don't
city?
think they did.
At least the custom pass.
Yeah, the border scene where she's driving at the border. Would
Yeah.
that be? That had to be an actual crossing somewhere, I would think.
Oh. I like
Oh,
this.
National Trails said Max von Sydow actually played Jesus. It's actually, I remember that movie. My problem with that movie is it like John Wayne in that movie is just so off-putting.
Talk about
You
a
know?
friggin' just suspension of disbelief gone. If you see John
Yeah, it's
Wayne
like-
in that kind of movie,
His eyes
John
go
Wayne in
up
a Jesus
as he
movie?
dies. Listen, his eyes go upward as he's dying, and suddenly it cuts down as this light falls on his body on the crucifix, and you see a lone centurion standing there at his feet, and you hear this voice come out of that centurion. This man truly was the Son of God.
Pelgrim.
And I'm just like pulled, like, you know, out of the movie, like, you know, like when you
What
see
in
somebody going through time and then something pulls them back, you know, in a
the only
sci-fi
way
film.
that works is if it's a comedy, man. Come on, that's just, I mean, that and him playing Genghis Khan. I mean, come on, bro. What are you doing?
No, don't make me start with Gods of Egypt, where everybody.
That's
sings
where the
praise.
Italian stallion came from. For those who
Yep.
don't know.
Yep, the Italian Stallion.
Yeah. I wouldn't call that bragging, calling it soft. Yeah. So he goes through all of this shit. And then
Yep.
this is what really sucks about this movie is that he goes through all of that and she fucking dies.
Well, it's realistic.
It's
I
heartbreaking.
mean, you know.
And then it just becomes an absolute fucking bloodbath revenge film because he is going to avenge himself on these people and rid the world of them. But here's the thing that sucks. It's just like the I forgot the name of it. You cut off the head and another one grows.
The Hydra. Yeah.
Hydra.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The way you do it, what's going to happen here? Because like these guys don't know what they're up against right now. And a guy was on military guy was on Joe Rogan. He says, "Yeah, we've got special forces down there. These are tier 1 operators." He says, "The cartel's fucking around. They think they're badasses." He says, "The minute Trump sent this tier 1 operators down there, they're already dead. They just don't know it.
Right.
They're going to be completely and utterly removed from this planet with no one to replace them because they're all going to die." And he says they should all just retire and just go home from wherever they're from if they were smart. But no, they're doing this thing, and I'm like, it's called, what is it called? FAFO.
Yeah.
Fuck around,
Fuck around and find out. That's it.
Yeah. It went under, Bill.
Really? I didn't know.
It was not sustainable. I think there's still one in Atlanta, and it's owned privately. But a lot of them closed down. I'll look it up, see what's going on. Because there is still, Vegas has one. I thought there was one in Atlanta. Maybe it was one of them that closed down too. Launched in 91. And I remember, man, I went to the one in Atlanta. I fucking loved it. That was where the, what was it? Demolition Man got the Stallone Body in Ice is the one in Atlanta. That's where it was.
Had a Hollywood casino here, and it had a bunch of memorabilia in it. Matter of fact, you walked in the diner, and Captain America was sitting up there. The long fork chopper from Easy Rider was in there. It was pretty cool.
This is when she dies, by the way.
Yeah.
He's telling her how it was the best thing in his life to help raise her, and you see a tear roll down her cheek, and the next moment her hand slips off his arm and she's dead.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking. And you have a bad feeling because it was a first watch for me, and when you see them in the car, you're like, yeah, no, this is too easy. Something is going wrong here.
Yeah.
And then she dies.
All right, so here you go. As of July of last year, there were still 5 restaurants with hotels: Los Angeles, Orlando, Hong Kong, New York City, and Qatar. Resorts exist in Las Vegas. There's one in Versailles. There's one in Cancun, one in Costa Rica, and one in Goa. What the fuck? Okay. Fuck it. Goa, India.
That's weird.
I know. It's just like, well, it's like, what's the next one? Florida? No, it's in India.
And the manager is called Todd.
Yeah, Todd. Thank you for calling Goa Planet Hollywood. My name is Todd. How may I help you?
Oh man, this is the worst part for him.
Oh yeah.
He has to tell her.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he has to tell her to go. She has to leave.
Yep.
By the way, that is not a real house. They built that fucking house there in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
The whole ranch.
The young girl calls her uncle. What is the relationship here? How?
I think she's the grandmother or an aunt.
Yeah, she's the grandmother, and she used to work for Rambo's family.
Okay, so
that's why they're
actually
family.
not blood. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
He's not a real uncle, but he basically raised her. He's
Well, there was a time travel story where he went back and knocked up her mother.
Jesus Christ. Shut up, Gerry.
I just wasn't sure.
That happened. That happened while he was hunting the predator.
That was the second film, which was a huge mistake, killing her at the beginning of that film. Huge mistake. I was out after that. I was like, that's badly, like right there. Bad screenwriting decisions. Explosive tipped arrows that create explosive diarrhea.
I don't think he uses explosive ones in this one.
Yes, just to demolish the tunnel.
Okay.
There are explosives.
Well, I know there's plenty of explosives. I'm talking about explosive tipped arrows. I don't know.
No.
He's only using the arrows for the final boss.
Right.
When he nails him to the wall of the shed.
Yeah.
By the way, I think he had an explosive tip in the soft porn
Oh.
that he did too.
Oh my god! I knew you
But
were
it's
going
softcore. We
there.
didn't get the money shot, Gerry. Okay, come on.
They got the money shot too early. You know what's really weird? If you read like old mysteries like Agatha Christie, she uses the word ejaculate in a completely different form, but it still fucking makes me giggle every time she does it when I'm reading.
Uh-huh.
And while he stood at the window, he ejaculated. What do you mean? Ejaculate. Anyway. Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah.
Hot Shots Part 2.
No doubt.
Yeah. I like Part 1 and Part 2. I don't like Charlie Sheen very much, but I do enjoy his comedies. I hate it when he tries to do a serious film.
Yeah.
Platoon is one of the few films I accept him in as a drama.
Did you like Arrival? Did you like that one?
I did.
I thought.
Which one?
The
The
one with
first
Charlie
one.
Sheen.
Oh, the one with Charlie Sheen. Yeah, it was good.
They
I
made
think
a sequel to that and was awful.
not talk about it. We pretend it doesn't exist. The first one was pretty good. I think the only thing that sucked in it was the visual effect of the legs bending backwards.
Yeah, that was
just
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But talk about a sledgehammer way of showing you who the aliens are, having their legs fucking backwards jacked. Yeah. It was really strange.
And by the way, I knew something was up with that kid when he left a note for grandma. That was a warning if you didn't figure it out.
Man. All I know is this guy, when he started making the booby traps, I was like, dude, this is not going to be pretty for these guys. And he's slamming claymores up in certain places. I'm like, oh, good Lord.
His use of the shotgun in the film, too, is fucking brutal.
Yeah, it is.
And
Takes
sometimes
Takes
unnecessary.
people's heads off with it.
Blowing
He hit
heads
one
in
guy.
half. Yeah.
One guy with both barrels to the head.
Oof. I mean, it just
Reloaded
looks like
and
somebody
shot
took
him
an
again.
ice cream scoop and scooped half of the skull out.
Wait a
you know?
minute. He blows this guy's head off, reloads, walks by and shoots him in the
Shoots
chest.
him again in the chest.
Yeah.
And
Why?
I was like, the guy was clearly dead. This was personal.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that he got a recurve, that he didn't use a compound, because I fucking hate compound bows. I grew up on a recurve.
This is where shooting the playing cards stuck to the wall, practicing. Yeah, man. You know, somebody's about to have a real bad day. Somebody's about to have a real bad day.
And Bill, you, technically, by asking why I didn't have a backdoor breach, you breached the back door. So here you go.
Damn it, Song.
At the rear entrance of the building.
Yeah, you didn't even realize what you did, and you did.
Any news on that show? Are they renewed for season 2?
I don't think we know yet.
I don't think so. They've been hit with a lot of the criticism that I said about the show, that it was politically inspired, and where's that fucking money going to come from to make a show like that's pro the war in that place that we're not allowed to talk about?
I don't think they're going
What
to
show?
continue the show.
What show is that
Conflicty.
from? Oh, yeah, okay.
Also, just simply called Conflict in the U.S.
Yeah. I saw
because
the first
oddly, for
episodes
some
of it.
reason, you'll see Finnish soldiers, no Americans around, suddenly speaking English,
Yeah,
and then speaking Finnish. It's just weird.
Well, I didn't finish it because the version I was watching didn't have subtitles, and half of it was in English and half of it was Finnish. I was getting the message and everything. I just didn't get details, but it looked like Red Dawn, the Finnish version, to me. I don't know.
It was just basically it was Russians are bad. That's all I'm going to say. I should say Ruskies, because YouTube doesn't know what Ruskies means. So
yeah,
Ruskies are bad.
I have to remember that. Ruskies.
Русский сбед. Навit. Possible.
I was in the military
No,
under Ronnie Reagan. I will never trust him myself. So
now they're always on my shit list, and I always point out my one relationship with a Russian went south when I tried to kill him. I threw a drumstick at his head, the nylon drumstick.
that's right.
It
Yeah,
doesn't break.
Yeah.
It's stuck in a sheetrock, not drywall, sheetrock. I threw it hard enough because what he said made me so fucking angry. I wanted to kill him, and he hurt this girl's feelings. And just
Well, they have no social filter. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have.
You
any
know,
social-
you'd be good for front of band if you weren't so fat.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
11. That wasn't Serb propaganda. They painted the Serbs in a very bad light in that film.
What film?
Savior.
Oh yeah, no, it shows both sides, because it shows the deaths of Muslims and the Catholics in there. That Orthodox Catholic, because you see the Orthodox Catholic murdered in it. You see him and the parishioners were hanged and left dead in the street. No, it shows the brutality of both sides.
There's nothing propaganda in there.
The director was just talking about the futility because he was actually a prisoner during the conflict, and the screenwriter was a journalist that served over there. I love that. That's the way you should leave a bed after you leave a hotel.
Oh my God.
There's so much blood.
Yeah, he
I'm
says
gonna
the horse
see
is
it.
loose.
I don't know. I love the artwork. They've made the Russos make halfway decent films. I do enjoy their filmmaking.
Let me address this.
I don't think they're great.
I wouldn't compare Electric State to Tales from the Loop. Tales from the Loop is a serious show, very good. It's a little slow, I know, but it's awesome. You should watch it. Electric State, it's the best I can see is check your brain at the entrance and try to enjoy it.
I would compare it to trying to read Philip K. Dick to Candlelight. Something you really don't have to do. The Loop it's okay. I was okay with it. Not
Here they
excited
come.
about it. Yeah, here they come. Walking down that street, getting the funniest
We are
looks
at
from
war now.
everyone they
Everyone they
meet.
meet.
Hey, with the monkeys.
Monkeys.
People say we monkey around.
God, we just aged ourselves.
We're
Man. Stop
too
it.
busy singing. Put anybody down.
Everybody knows that Gerry is old.
They know he's home because the gate's open.
He left it open for them. Yeah.
And he's there.
He's a good host.
He's a good host. Yeah. Come on in. Let's party.
This is awesome.
Boom, 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 boom.
I love
Here
his
he
trucks.
causes-
They're so good.
National Trails. The problem with that movie was Clint Eastwood's too old for that role. He doesn't fit.
I
that
thought so
character.
too. I thought so too. It's a decent
10
movie.
years. 10 years ago, he could have pulled it off.
Yeah.
He made it 10 years too late. He's
He's
fucking
physically
old.
too feeble for that part now. Yeah.
Yeah. He looked feeble, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Great story though.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Good book, by the way, if you've never read the book.
Oh boy. Get you some, fellas.
Oh man, Jason Voorhees already killed somebody.
He's about to kill a lot more. Woo!
We just came for the
Wholesale.
camp time. What's going on? Why is he killing us?
I mean, just baiting them left and right, popping out of holes, shooting at them and stuff.
Booby traps.
Oh my god.
Man.
And he
they
was
are not the
playing with them
tridents. I mean,
because he could have set the entrance of the tunnels and mow a lot of them at the same time. He doesn't do that. No, he
Don't want
wants
to do that. No.
He
No,
wants
this
to
is-
get them one by one.
He was taught a lesson. He's teaching
And he
one back.
does.
That's all he's doing.
And they are
I
stupid
understand
enough
how
to
you
go
operate.
in there. I mean, tunnel system shouts crap to me.
He built that tunnel system. So anyway, someone needs to edit Gary's face onto young Marge Simpson when she gets on the school bus with her monkey's lunchbox.
No.
Hold on. I had the Batman TV series lunchbox, and I had the $6 Million Man lunchboxes as a kid. Those are the two lunchboxes I got. I had the albums for the Monkees. And I used to sit with my cousin Becky, and we'd sit up in her room and just listen to the Monkees. And we fucking loved it. That was fun. Plus, I had a crush on her. She was my second cousin, so technically I'm allowed to have a crush on her. She had those horn-rimmed glasses back when that was a thing in the 60s.
That was the whole reason to listen to the Monkees, man. Girls loved them. No doubt.
She was a big Mickey fan.
I was
Not
going to say,
Davey.
they're all in love with the lead singer. I mean,
Well,
yeah.
Davey was a lot of girls like Davey, but the girls that were a little more hardcore like Mickey, the bad boy of the band, funny guy.
Is he the guy in the beanie?
No, he's the drummer.
Okay.
No, that's Mike.
Okay.
Mike Nesmith, who was already rich when he got cast on the show. His mother created Whiteout. I love that one.
Here we go. Oh,
there's so many nails on this thing. Most of them not being used. Why so many nails?
I'm just wondering if he got a still frame of that, the one I was talking about earlier. My God, cuts two big wedges in the guy's skull. It's like, oh God.
No, with the face one.
Yes. Oh my God. Yikes.
Fucking brutal, dude. It's brutal. So fucking brutal. And I thought the CG was good on that.
Yeah, it's the perfect.
By the way,
use of
just
it.
to let everybody know, our little golden kitty, it's so funny. I had a conversation with Lauren the other day. She's in the bedroom. I said, do we have kittens yet? Because she's quite pregnant. She's very pregnant. Like, I expected her to have the kittens like a week and 3 days ago. She was popping already, just huge. And so Lauren's in there. I said, do we have kittens in there yet? And she goes, no. But she's ovulating.
What?
And I'm like, how the fuck do you know that? She goes, well, she flashed me. And I saw it. That's like that time when George Carlin was talking about on the Tonight Show when he said he watched his dog's asshole open when he farted. And like he goes, I know what you're asking. Like, what was I doing looking at it? But the fact is, he turned and pointed it right at me, and there was no way I could miss it. And that's apparently what happened with the kitty cat. But the kitty cat, I got up at 3 o'clock this morning, couldn't get back to sleep, and went into the bathroom, and she was in there. And Nix was actually being very tolerant of her. Nix is my little black cat. She's sweet. And but she's kind of pissy with the other cats. But she was in there up on the sheepskin mattress up on the windowsill. And she was in there. And I'm like, how did you get up there, girl? Man, that big ass fucking belly you can see the kittens moving around in it. She lays down and you can see them moving. It's fucking creepy. So she came over to me, and for the first time, she's been very friendly to me a few times. And she blinks at me all the time, let me know she's okay with me. But she'll jump and run sometimes from me. It makes me feel bad because I know I'm a gigantic fucking behemoth of a human being. I get it. You know, even the big guys in the army were terrified of me. And, but man, she went down to my feet last night and it was just like purring and just love on me. And you can pick me up if you want to. When I did, I picked her up and held her, and she's laying in my arms, purring, rubbing her face into me. I'm like, what the fuck happened, man? You come close to having kittens and all of a sudden you're fucking friendly, you know?
That's hormones.
But she's popping. I swear to God, I woke up this morning expecting kittens. Still no kittens. I don't get it. she has held on to those babies for longer than I expected. And
I
she's a
just
little
hope
tiny
she's
kitten.
okay.
She looks like she's walking on a watermelon. She's so fucking big. Yeah, I love cats. I love dogs. I love cats. I just love animals.
Well,
You
Hey
could have killed
man,
him right there.
is it
Could have
is it
killed him
safe
right
for
there.
me to come up? No, he doesn't kill him. He saves him to last.
Wait.
I could have killed you anytime. Because he wanted him to learn. For what reason, I don't know. Because it's not like he's going to walk away educated.
Right, walk away and live his life differently, and no.
you need a conscience for that, and he doesn't have that.
Right.
Well, he need to
Uh,
wipe
this-
out the others first, so he can do what he wants to do at the end.
By the way, the worst nail in the foot is the movie Army of Darkness. Yeah. That noise he makes when he steps on the nail.
Yeah.
And I mean, every single guy went, eh.
I see stuff like that, it just makes me shrink up automatically. Ooh. Man, just
Yeah, again, that movie was about, kind of showed the sides of what was going on with the Croats and the Serbs, as well as the Bosnians. And it seemed like the Bosnians were kind of the bad guys to me.
he's leading them up to the barn at this point. He's telling them, come get me.
Gonna take you to the shed.
Yep. Taking you to the shed.
A movie I think that would be great to be remade is Southern Comfort, because as much fun as that movie was, it's so fucking wrong on everything with the National Guard. Just everything.
It is.
And it's the same thing I said with Stripes. Stripes, the only reason Stripes should ever be remade, it shouldn't be technically remade. It just should simply be a comedy about what it's like to go to real basic training.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if I wrote it, it would have the scene where I yelled, "This is nothing like Stripes," and then running off.
Somebody asked favorite movie about the southern border. There's one, I'm going to look it up real quick, with Jack Nicholson.
The single best southern border film is called The Border. And it's got Jack Nicholson in it. It's one of my favorite.
Is that the one
films.
with him and Chris Christopherson in it?
No, it's him and Harvey Keitel. And it's the movie that, because Jack wasn't available, Nicholson wasn't available to do some of his ADR. So they started doing a search for actors that could do a good Jack impression, like the best. Phil Hartman won.
Mm-hmm.
This is like one of the first things he ever did. And so it led to a story where he was golfing, and guess who's golfing in front of John Lovitz, Dana Carvey, and Phil Hartman? Is none other than Jack Nicholson. So when they caught up to him, John Lovitz goes up to him and says, "Hey, my friend here, he did you in a movie. You should ask him." And so Nicholson just gives him the high eyebrows and looks back at him. Bill's like, "Well, yeah, when you did the movie The Border and you weren't able to do the ADR, they were looking for an actor that could do the voice. And so I did your voice for the shoe store scene." He goes, "That's why the movie didn't do well."
Okay, the one I'm thinking of is
not even paying attention.
Flashpoint. It's Flashpoint with Chris Christopherson and Treat Williams. Yeah, that one's probably.
I don't think I've even seen that one. By the way, I love how he turns this guy into a human pincushion.
Yeah,
it's great.
He's making him die very slowly
and very painfully
around,
because he's hitting around. He's hitting around the heart.
Yep.
He should have nailed his dick too with an arrow, not just his legs.
Yeah, for what he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one spot he didn't hit, right? He looks like a serial killer right there.
He is. He just killed a bunch of guys.
All he's missing is the hockey mask.
And that knife is something else.
Yep.
Cutting open his chest.
Oh man.
Yeah. Happy Valentine's.
Here, I'm gonna show you your heart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you your
That's
heart.
so brutal.
Mm-hmm. Scooped it right out of him. That's
Yeah.
Guy had it coming though. That's what you get for trying to teach John Rambo a lesson.
And he stays awake until the heart is out of his chest. That's when he dies.
Yep.
He didn't pass out or anything. He suffered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, the Cat from Outer Space. I saw that in a theater. I thought that was a funny movie.
Yeah, that's a Disney flick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Disney. It's got Ken Berry, Sandy Duncan, what's his name? Henry Morgan. Oh my God, who else was in that? The guy from MASH. They had both colonels from MASH in it. You had McLean
Really?
Stevenson and Harry Morgan.
Wow. Came out about the same time as Escape to Witch Mountain, didn't it?
I think close together because one was 78. I think the other was Escape was 75, wasn't it? 76.
Was Disney getting us ready for disclosure back then? Is that what they were doing?
They were still producing fun movies. They knew how to make a fun movie.
They used to be the house of imagination, man. Some of my favorite stuff is 70s and 60s. Walt Disney.
Fun, enjoyable fucking live action films, not just cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this version he's still rocking. In the theatrical version, he's not rocking at the end. He's sitting still in the seat, and that's what is to give you the sense that he's dead.
Yeah.
Shot both ways.
I don't think it's needed though, because it's just his story has been told. You leave the character, whether he dies or not. This is where the audience.
Well, the studio, I think, wanted to have the option to make more. But Stallone's done. He's tired of the studios fucking with him. And then I love this. You get the images from the first film.
That was cool in the credits. I like that a lot.
That and the word last in the title tells you that he's done with this character. It's over.
That's based on the character created by David Morrell. And Morrell, is a very fucking divisive person. He's changed, and I give credit to Stallone for that change in Morrell, because Morrell was your typical Ivy League prick, and the villain of the story is really Rambo in the first book.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to die because he's just vacant of anything. He's not really human. Stallone fleshed him out. Yeah, Bill Bixby hiking in between.
Right. It's basically the same story, only this is the R-rated version, right? Oh man.
Yeah, this one I fucking hated this.
Horrible. That movie is
bad. Screamer fights. Oh. Yeah, there we go.
Sure.
Oiled up. I remember when he lost all that weight because he did that movie Victory. And right after he finished shooting, he was starting to work on what was going to be the sequel. And he went on that bread and water diet in order to drop his body fat.
That's the one I haven't seen right there. Rambo. I haven't seen that one.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. I hear it's good. I just haven't, it's one of those ones that slipped through the cracks on me. But my brother is, look, anything with Sylvester Stallone, anything with the cast of the Expendables in it, my brother watches. He just loves heavy friggin' testosterone flicks, man. And he's a big Sly fan. He told me, you got to watch Rambo, man. Body count's off the chain.
Yep. Beautiful
But
mountains.
this one was good. I thought this one was a decent exit for the character. Here's the thing, and it's realistic what happened, and that's one thing Stallone has always done ever since Rocky. All right, the original Rocky, you know. There's another trivia question. You ask people who won the fight in the original Rocky movie, and they'll tell you that Rocky won it. And no, he just went the distance.
It's a
That's the
tie.
whole thing, right?
In fact, one of the songs is called "Going the Distance."
Yeah, yeah. His brother did a lot of stuff on the soundtrack, but
Well, all
in this
credit
one, I
goes to
just
Bill
wish the girl
Conti.
would have lived. I wish the girl would have lived. That's what I wished. But you know, he
same.
tends to make his stuff realistic, and yeah, you know, that would be the end of the story right there in the real world for sure. If she was caught up in that, for sure.
Yeah, Bill Conti is the one who gets all the credit for the music. Frank was involved with the singing,
Yeah.
but the music was composed by Bill Conti, and he created a theme that I put him right up there with John Williams of finding the emotional heart of something.
Yes.
That he created a theme that just gets you fucking going.
Mm-hmm.
The Rocky theme is just one of those amazing songs, themes. I fucking love Bill Conti. Bill Conti worked on some other films. He worked on all the Rocky films. He worked on the Karate Kid films, and he worked on a very terrible but not too terrible James Bond film called For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's a great film. Dynasty, he did the theme, the Colby's theme. He also did one of my favorite sci-fi film, I mean, not sci-fi film, but science films about the astronauts called The Right Stuff.
Oh, what a great movie. But boy, long sit down. That one's almost 4 hours long.
But
is
it's worth it.
good, though.
Well,
Every
it was a
fucking second of it.
miniseries.
Terrible. Don't even talk about
no.
that series.
No. The original was a 2-part miniseries. Then they made a movie out of it.
It was released in theaters when it was first made, Mark.
It was a movie.
It was released in theaters. I remember going to see it.
It was a movie first. So anyway, so Bill Conti did some great music, and Gonna Fly Now is one of those fucking songs that get your blood going. It really does.
Yep.
I'm telling you, like the coaches would doing football training, if they didn't have to talk to us, you'd hear some boombox playing Gonna Fly Now when he was fucking torturing us.
Right. Yeah,
Let's do some grass drills. Won't that be fun? Hey, let's put on some uplifting music.
Well, they struck gold again with the third installment, my favorite Rocky movie, the one with Clubber Lang, with the song by Survivor. Eye of the Tiger is another big workout song. A lot of people listen to it.
It's really funny. A lot of people don't know that Stallone went to them to write the song. And so he sent them, I think, the work print, and they heard a reference to, you got to have that Eye of the Tiger. Yeah. And it's not like the song is mentioned in the movie. They got that from the movie and wrote the song around that. Yeah. And the song is really written about the movie. Yeah, I really like that.
That's my favorite one for several reasons, but you being an artist and me too, I'm sure you're a fan of Leroy Neiman, and some of his stuff is in the movie.
He's okay.
Yeah, right.
Look, Leroy Neiman
Olympic pictures are just awesome.
His style is so odd and beautiful because he captures the energy somehow through his choice of colors. He captures the energy that just like he sees things in a way that just blows my mind. Yeah, and I remember Josh asked me to do a movie poster for one of his films. And he says, I want you to do it like Leroy Neiman. And I said, I'm not Leroy Neiman.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I don't paint like that. And he says, oh, come on. I went, no, I can
that's not easy to do.
Some styles.
Splatter painting.
That is like abstract. Something else. It's like Pollock meets a real artist, because he would splash stuff. He would do these bright reds and shit.
But it
Leroy
looked,
Neiman.
but when you step back and look, I mean, my favorite one out of that whole film, it's not the portrait of the champ that's hanging in the workout place, but
It's the painting of the two of them.
The two of them fixing to punch each other at the end of
Which
it.
is still in
awesome.
Stallone's house. He has that painting.
That is a badass.
And by the
picture.
way, he painted that. That wasn't Leroy Neiman.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Stallone painted that.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow, that was the best Owen Wilson I've heard in weeks.
Oh wow, man.
Oh wow, man.
Yeah.
So.
No, I just naturally talk like that, dude. That people say that all the time that I sound like Owen Wilson, but that's just me reacting to shit.
The other film, the previous film is more of a combat film. And what I liked about that film is it was really accurate to what happens to the human body when hit by a 50 caliber machine gun.
Oh. There's a reason why it's like, isn't that against the Geneva Convention to use weapons that size against human beings? I'm pretty sure it is. And but we all know that those rules go out the window during warfare. But
well, it's based on a true story. And by the way, here in the United States, it's just called Victory. It was Escape to Victory in Britain.
Yeah. Pele, him, Michael.
Yeah, Pele's in the movie. And Stallone, by the way, couldn't do some of the moves. So what they did is they made a rubber mask of his face and had a stunt goalie do some of the moves for him because he couldn't do them. Yeah. Football is not his game. That football is not his game.
So we could have something like Mike Myers with sly face instead of
instead of William Shatner's beat up face.
Yeah, make it all white. Fuck up the hair, cut the eye holes too big. Yeah. Stallone's the next Michael Myers.
Just call him the goalie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The goalie coming to a theater near you.
And I haven't seen Gridiron Gang. I've never seen that one, but I have seen Victory. And we do plan to do it. I have a thumbnail already.
Compare them.
You wouldn't or would?
I wouldn't compare them.
Okay. Because they're both, I think, based off of the same real story.
No, Gridiron Gang, or maybe I may be mistaken. Let me check, because there was one with The Rock, but with the name Gridiron.
No, that was a different movie.
Okay. No, Gridiron Gang with The Rock.
Is that the same?
Yes.
Is it a remake?
He's
a reimagining? Or?
He's training some kids in juvie for American football, not soccer. So.
Yeah, Victory and Escape to Victory. 1981, directed by John Huston, Michael Caine, Sly Stallone, and Pele. That's an odd top billing credit.
Yeah.
I just got to tell you.
Yeah.
A lot of real footballers used in the film. Mm-hmm. And Max von Sydow plays one of the Germans.
Hey, where do I stand in the corners? I like how they wait until they are playing to say, "Oh, in the opposite post." Thank you, motherfucker.
Yeah, I thought this movie was good. It's a good ending for him, I think.
I enjoyed watching.
I think it's just the way to go, and just stop making them. He needs to do something else or just retire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have. The girl should have survived, and the movie should have ended with her putting flowers on his grave.
That would have been cool.
That would have been good.
That would have been really cool. Yeah. Her still recovering from what happened to her, kind of thing. Yeah.
That's going to take a lifetime, though.
Right. But I'm just saying, physically show the marks on her face and everything. You know.
Yeah.
That she's physically healing.
Right. I didn't say mentally. Oof. Yeah, that would take a long time. A lot of therapy.
And
too.
then you can start another franchise in which she is the
Oh man, girl boss.
She could team up with the journalist whose sister
Team up
died.
with the journalist and
Yeah.
go down to South America and take
Go
out
after the cartels.
Yeah.
We have a movie, guys.
The human.
I hear girl
traffickers.
power movies do really well in the theater.
Allegedly.
So we're doing the cleaner next week, right? Special forces, ex-special forces person.
Yeah.
Taking out
This is the
people.
moment where, again, I ask Martin what he thinks of the cleaner.
Luis, una chingada, vámonos, cabrón. Vete al procedimiento.
At least
A la
no more
chingada el
expendables.
procedimiento,
That
cabrón,
last
vámonos.
one was crap. I have never seen any of them. They look like testosterone overload to me. I like these action
Luis,
stars in their
una
own
chingada,
movies. I
vámonos,
just
cabrón.
don't
Vete al
know
procedimiento.
how an
A la
Avengers
chingada el
style
procedimiento, cabrón,
testosterone
vámonos.
overload would be. I'm scared of it. I'm afraid I might start walking on all fours or something.
What does he say there, Martin? We didn't have subtitles on that.
Oh, run it again to give you a more
Luis,
accurate.
una chingada, vámonos, cabrón. Vete al procedimiento. A la chingada el procedimiento, cabrón, vámonos.
Okay.
I
One
only
of
know
them is
5
saying-
words that he said.
Yeah, one of them is saying something like, "Fuck, let's get the fuck out of
Chingada,
here."
cabron. What's the other one I recognized? There's
Procedimiento is
2 more that I
procedure.
recognize. Yeah.
The other side is we cannot leave. This is due procedure, and he says, "Fuck the fucking procedure, fucker. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Nice.
We are going to do that film because we did Payback, and a
Again,
lot of
which one is
fans of Payback consider the Gringo
Oh.
is kind of a quasi sequel follow-up to that character, because the character is really the same character that Mel played. Mel plays the character exactly the same. And what I love so much about that film is he breaks out of the prison, breaks back into it, and then breaks back out of it all in one day.
Wow.
And I'm like, his character is so fucking smooth. It's like he just walks right back into the prison, sneaks right back in, and then gets right back out, going out on an ambulance, dressed in scrubs.
I think Porter is more cold-blooded than the Gringo.
Porter, no, I'm talking about the theatrical Porter is not so cold-blooded. He's driven, but he's smooth. He's funny. Whereas this character is the same way. I'm not talking about the director's cut, which was just not very good. I did not like it. The Gorge is good.
I've heard
and that's
that
as
from a
far as
few
I will
people.
go.
Yeah.
That's all I will say. It's good. Well, how
We're
good is
going-
it? I'm not
We're
going to
talk
go.
about that one in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll be talking about it. And the fact is, I enjoyed it. It's not great. It's got tons of fucking plot issues that just like make no sense. But fuck it. Check your brain at the fucking door. Enjoy the action and the romantic comedy aspects.
Yes,
Fun.
it's a romantic comedy with some action. That is what it is.
Some people have to overthink everything. Look, man, I have gradient levels of how I review films. I am not going to review a Shakespeare film the same way I review an Arnold Schwarzenegger film.
Right.
That's a cue, Martin.
Oh, is it here?
Yeah, you have it somewhere. I know you have it.
Come on, bro.
What are you talking about?
To be.
Oh, the to be
Be
or
or
not.
not to be.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, that one. I forgot we
Let
have that.
me see.
Not to be.
Not to be. Yes.
That one's great.
Ugh.
We can never get rid of that.
I think it might be on the cinema one,
Yeah, most probably.
most probably.
Fellas, I gotta go.
Boom.
Foxy
Oh, I'm
is
sorry.
ready to go to
You got to
lunch.
poop or do you
so-
got to pee? Number one.
Now
or
my
number two?
wife's on lunch, and I don't want to be tiring up her living room. So
We are at the
Okay.
end
Oh.
anyway.
we're running a little late. So you guys
We've
take it
reached
easy. It
2
was good to
hours.
see you. I enjoyed this movie.
All right, buddy.
It
See you
wasn't
later,
the
man.
greatest thing ever, but it was good. You guys take care.
All right.
Bye.
Hi.
Later, man.
Bye. And I found it.
Hey, Claudius. You killed my father. Big mistake.
To be. Oh, not to be. Not to be.
Joe
Yeah, it's
is
so
broken.
creepy when he leaves and
Yeah.
it's still there and he's just staring at you. Those fucking devil eyes that he's got, Joe has.
And it's still there, you guys. We just put it in the back office.
Yeah, it's in the background, dude. It freaks me out.
It is freaky.
Just staring at you, staring through your soul. Be or not to be, not to be. There you go, Meph. Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you, Alpha.
You too.
Everybody,
big
have a
week,
great day
everyone.
today. I want to thank everybody for being here. We didn't have a big audience today because we didn't get to go live on Twitter. That's where we get a lot of our views. So I want to thank Wade for being here, Penny, 11 Alpha, of course, Brandon, the anime guy, Zax, Read by Nature, Mephisto's movie reviews. I guess he's got a channel. Tom Baker, Bill Barclay, Comic Relief Crusader, and National Trails. And by the way, Bill got to hear me do my fucked up Scotsman too, Brian. And Brian just laughs at whatever I'm saying because it is funny. He doesn't give a shit how bad the Scottish accent is. Because nobody can do a fucking proper Scottish accent. Hell,
Not
even
even
some of the
Scottish.
Scotsmen can't do it. One of my favorites was this one bitch was like complaining about this actor. His accent sounds so fake. And he's actually from Aberdeen, Scotland. It's like, she looks so stupid. Oh, and my favorite one is when my buddy would I've got several friends from Scotland, and one of them turned to me, he says I hear him do it, and I'm like, what's with the Packy accent? How can you be funny and racist at the same time? My Scottish always turns stage Irish after five to 6 words. Yeah, y'all talk Scottish now, you hear? And just so you know, the closest thing to an English East End English accent is a true Southerner, because that's where the Southern accent actually came from. The bulk of it came from the poor English. It's how we got the word ain't.
Really?
Yeah. Aren't you gonna do, because it's a variation of aren't you? And they brought that over here. The poor fucking Brits, that don't talk well. By the way, that before we go, I do need to point that out. That was an annoying scene in the latest episode of 1923, where she's trying to go through immigration, trying to get into the country, and they get the bullshit fucking shit they did with the doctor scene, knowing she's pregnant, was just bizarro.
Basically, by looking at her and she's not showing it.
Whatever, she's not showing. You wouldn't know that looking at her vagina. This is a bizarre scene. Like, what is he, a soothsayer? Is he like got some sagebrush that he's burning there?
And
And
we're
then
watching
they
her
have her
go
go
through the medical thing, and I say to Gerry, this doesn't help my nerves about the medical that I have.
Well, yeah. Well, no, the immigration scene is the next one that gets me fucking annoyed. I really get sick of the way they show immigration in the 1800s and early 1900s. It's just so stupid the way they show them. And the Bruce Lee series, that was what his version of Kung Fu was going to be. I dislike the way they showed immigration. It doesn't work that way. And the other thing is, in this one, they've got this guy asking her a question, and then she does a Walt Whitman quote to him. And she's got a posh English accent, and she speaks and enunciates perfectly. And he asks if she's educated and makes her read from a Walt Whitman book. And I'm like, this is the
And they
dumbest
keep
fucking
calling
thing
her
I've
Irish.
ever.
They keep
Yeah,
calling her Irish, and she doesn't even
poor
sound
Irish. She's like, look, man, a lot of the
clearly
people that worked
educated.
at the fucking immigration were Irish. Like, you know, a fucking Irish accent. It just fucking was so dumb the way that was written. But the rest of the episode was really good. And so, yeah, minors, not minors. Hanging out with sleeping with a bunch of minors. What? Work in a mine? Or women work in a mine. Minor.
Are we doing Galaxy Quest?
We need to, because I fucking love it. I
We
consider it
haven't done that yet?
one of the best Star Trek films ever made.
I thought we've done that. Huh.
I don't remember doing that. Oh
I
man,
remember watching it multiple times.
Tony Shalhoub with his alien girlfriend. That was awesome.
Tony Shalhoub's character, when he starts realizing what's going on, just starts going with it.
Yes,
That's what makes his character just so fucking awesome.
he's the only one that doesn't freak out. He's
like, yeah, it's okay, guys. It's okay. Just go with it. Like the whole transport through fluid and stuff. And he comes out, he's like, it was interesting. What a fucking movie. All right, man. We're going to get the hell out of here, guys. Everybody have a great Monday. We'll see you again on Wednesday. The Chief will be here tomorrow. I don't know what movie he's doing.
No
show. No show tomorrow.
No.
All right.
Neither the next week. He's traveling.
And we're not going to do repeats on Tuesdays anymore because YouTube punishes you for doing it as trying to spam.
Yeah,
is what I learned. So we won't do it anymore. So if he's not available, or if I'm not available, we just don't do the show. And I hate that. That's
Sometimes
life.
Life happens.
Yeah, that's life. What's life? It's a magazine. Oh, how much does it cost? It's $1.50.
Oh, not that.
I only got $1.25. That's life.
I am not falling for that again.
Falling for
Let's
what?
get out of here.
Hey, I'm the one that ends the show, Martin. Stop doing that.
Make me.